Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here in the classroom today, as always, is my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, if you could, please say hello to everybody.
Woo! Thank you, Professor. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so jazzed and energized to be here for you, Professor.
Oh, are you still getting a little bit of that Meganium fragrance?
A little bit of Meganium stink up in here. Tony,
I don't like it when we call it stink.
It smells good.
Tony really left the room with a lot of positive energy. Okay.
I did talk to the principal, and the principal was pretty on the fence about adding a fourth groundskeeping member. So I don't know if Tony's gonna
to compliment Larry, Terry,
Harry.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's like
Teddy. Right?
The principal was like,
"What Teddy?
Wait, who's Teddy?
Is it Teddy?
Who's Teddy?
No,
Teddy?
Terry, Larry, Harry, and what's the fourth? I'm sorry. I feel so bad. I've forgotten his name.
There isn't a fourth one. There's
Mr.
only
Curtis.
3. But if Tony joined,
then
there would be 4.
Tony would be 4.
Yeah,
okay.
Tony,
I was about to say,
Tony
I knew
would
I
be
couldn't
4.
forget the fourth one.
Yeah, but
Of course not.
But the principal is, they're saying it's not in the budget. Also, their name doesn't end in airy, so it doesn't rhyme. And they have this whole rhyming scheme going on with all of the different, different groups that work for the GCLC, BOT, SCLC. So I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. But also joining us here in the classroom today is, of course, our young trainer in training, Corbin.
Yo, what is going on? Happy Wednesday to you, or if you're listening on another day, happy morning to you, or if you're listening in the evening, happy evening to you, or afternoon perhaps. Hope you're having a good afternoon.
Just happy.
Hope you're happy.
Anytime you're listening to this class, it's happy. It's a happy time.
I hope so. You can't be sad and listen to this. There's not a single sad thing about this class except for some of the people involved in it.
Yeah, you do a lot of sad things, Corbin.
What does that mean? Like, I'm a sad person, or I'm sad?
I mean, you take it however you want it to mean. Just the whole like you don't have friends thing. The whole you have.
But you guys tell me that
sell hats just to buy a bed.
That's right.
Listen,
you have a stinky roommate.
You have a stinky roommate. Your roommate's stinky.
The grind helps me build character.
What was your roommate's name?
His name is Gordon.
Okay, and he is a human?
He is 150% human. Yes, he is.
Weird that so they put somebody who is 150% human with somebody who's only 50% human. That's interesting.
Why are you saying 50%?
So you guys
that's not very nice to say.
You guys equal up to 2 humans and half of Mr. Mime.
I'm not part Mr. Mime. Oh my goodness. I am full human.
I don't know. That's not what your birth certificate says.
What makes him 150% human, Professor?
You don't have access
to
my birth certificate.
As your guardian, as your legal guardian for our time in Johto, they did give me your birth certificate.
Well, that's 100. It says human on there. I mean, come on.
It says human / and then it says something after that, but I don't want to say that right now because I don't want to give away your personal information, Corbin. That would be irresponsible of me as your.
I hear lies.
Lies.
Yeah, you're lying. You want to fit this agenda.
Excuse me.
Mr. Mime. I'm not. I'm a boy. I'm a human boy with a lot of emotions.
I'm a human
boy.
Don't you call the professor a liar? Okay.
I didn't say you're a liar.
You said lies.
You'd say lies.
I said those are lies from a man that happens to lie. I didn't call him a liar.
Yeah, he didn't call me a medieval instrument.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, we have a lot to talk about today, so I think we should get right into it. Does anybody know what Pokemon we're talking about today?
What type is it, Professor? Give us a hint.
It's a fire type, right?
It is a fire type.
Then Decidueye, of course.
You're an idiot.
Oh, as in it fires arrows?
Yeah. See? See what I did there?
Wow, that was
the professor.
Hey, Mr. Curtis, that was hilarious. That was a really funny thing that you had thought of in your head.
Professor is definitely picking up what I'm putting down. Thank you. It's like we're more in sync every day.
I'm so sorry that I stepped on your toes with the punchline there. I'm sure you were just about to say it.
I know. You just jumped right on it.
A little slow to the draw there, Mr. Curtis.
Yeah. A draw like a Smeargle.
Like a bow. Like a bow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess
like a
that also
bow.
works.
Yeah.
No, we're actually learning about Turtwig today.
Oh, yeah. I did say that. I said last week we're going to learn about Turtwig, and sure enough, today we are. Welcome to the Turtwig episode, everybody. My name is Corbin.
Episode?
Episode.
Sorry, it feels like a new chapter of my life. Feels like an episode.
Sorry. Go on, don't let me stop you.
Oh, welcome to the Turtwig lesson. We have so much to learn. We're going to learn a lot about it from our...
It's not so easy, is it, Corbin?
From my new girlfriend, and her name is Dawn. Come on in, sweetie. Thank you, Corbin.
This is weird.
Let's learn about
He drew
Turtwig.
lips on his hand.
Okay.
I have
That's
one.
it. It's making me very uncomfortable. Please put that hand away, Corbin.
I'm trying to do a puppet show. Do you mind? I spent half the morning painting my hand to look like
Half the morning?
Half the morning.
Took you that long to put some lips on your hand?
Morning is now half over. Yes, I did. But it was worth it. Isn't she beautiful? Look at my hand.
Yeah, she's something.
Thank you.
Corbin, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stop you right there. This...
Oh.
I do the lessons here. All right.
Oh, all right. Well, fine.
This is the professor's class.
I do the lessons.
Not your class.
And sometimes Mr. Curtis does the lesson.
That's right.
Well,
and sometimes,
that has never happened.
Very infrequently, you do the lesson.
What, I have? When did I do a lesson?
I mean, you read the Pokedex entries. I can't remember.
You've read the lessons.
Oh, I did do that once. Yeah. That was when I felt the most alive.
Wait, what did you say?
Nothing.
Okay.
Anyways, what are we learning about today other than Turtwig? Is that it?
Yeah, so we're learning about Turtwig, but we're doing a weird, fun spin on it where I I instead read the Cyndaquil Pokedex entries.
Oh,
and we
nice.
we use Cyndaquil instead of Turtwig.
Yeah. So it's weird, and also the label of this lesson will be Cyndaquil.
I mean, if that's what it takes to learn about my boy Turtwig, I'm here for it.
I think you can really draw a lot of parallels between Turtwig and Cyndaquil.
Yeah. I have no doubt.
So look for those as we go forward. So I have a Cyndaquil here today. Now, Mr. Curtis,
You mean a Turtwig?
Well, yeah, but I'm also gonna call it a Cyndaquil.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, it's a Cyndaquil. Sure it is.
Curtis, I know you've seen a Cyndaquil before, so
yes.
Corbin, have you seen a Cyndaquil before?
Yeah, I've seen a I mean, no, Professor, I have not seen a Cyndaquil. Wink, wink.
Do we worry that maybe this is too much of a complex concept that we've come up with here that might not be good for our virtual students?
No.
No? Okay, we'll keep it going then.
No,
so this is a Cyndaquil. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to throw out a Cyndaquil. Hey, that's not a Turtwig. That's a Cyndaquil.
What did I say?
Professor. I thought this was a joke. Oh,
like I said,
whatever.
This is a Cyndaquil, but it's also a metaphor for a Turtwig.
I'm sure it'll come back in lesson later.
Hey, Corbin, it comes down to this. Every time you see a Cyndaquil, imagine you're seeing a Turtwig. Every time we say the word Cyndaquil, imagine we're saying Turtwig. And every time we read an entry for Cyndaquil, make sure that you're imagining the equivalent entry for Turtwig.
But the entries that we will be reading are for Cyndaquil. Don't think that they're entries for Turtwig.
Right, gotcha. I'm following.
Okay, cool. So yeah, can you describe this Cyndaquil to me?
Oh, he's very, very cute. I mean, he's got these little tiny eyes, those little nuppy little hands, and he's got this cute little what's I actually don't see anything on his back.
Oh, I mean, he has a back.
Well, I thought he was. Wait, hold on. What type is this? I mean, he's got a back, but there's these holes there. I mean, wait, hold on, Professor. I have a question.
I can see you inching closer and closer to the Cyndaquil, Corbin.
Yeah, I am. I thought this was a fire type. I don't see any fire on this thing. Is it a normal type? It looks kind of normal to me.
Well, the fire comes out of the holes on its back.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
Well, I'll be the investigator of this. To me, it kind of just looks like a bowling ball, right? It's perfect throwing size.
A good professor would stop this, but...
Mm-hmm.
So hear me out here. Instead of throwing one into battle, you can erase one of the steps. You can just throw the Cyndaquil into battle itself by rolling it. By rolling it like a bowling ball.
Don't.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take your
would
three
that look
fingers
like,
here, and then you're going to take your 3 fingers, you're going to put them inside the Cyndaquil.
Ah! God. See? That's what you get first. Surprising the Cyndaquil.
I told you fire comes out of them.
I'm sorry.
Right. And let that be a lesson to all the virtual students out there. Don't make your Cyndaquil angry.
Oh God, I'm fumbling over my words. You made me fumble, you fumbler, you Cyndaquil. Actually, that is one of our patrons as well. That's coincidental, huh? Look at that. I'm gonna call you fumbler, Cyndaquil.
All right. I mean, if you look at its little hands, it does kind of look like it will fumble because it's got like, I mean, I wouldn't even call those hands that it has. It has like little.
They're paws. They're like paws.
Little paws. It doesn't have any like, fingers or digits on the end of them.
Do you fumble a lot, fumbler? Okay, I figured. Yeah,
Okay,
it seems like you do.
He's shaking his head no, though. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, my bad.
I've seen Fumble do some really good, serious artwork. Really puts my doodles to shame, to be honest.
Yeah. And
Who, Fumbler?
Yeah.
Fumbler, you're an artist? Is that true? Very interesting.
Never fumbles a pen.
Also,
okay.
Also, you cannot knock a football out of Fumbler's hands.
Oh, yeah.
Once it's
It's
got
like
one.
an iron type crit on that one.
Might as well be an iron steel type.
Wait, I thought you said he does fumble things.
No, he was shaking his head no.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, my apologies.
Yeah, no, but you cannot get this guy to let go of a football.
So, what do you normally like to draw with Cyndaquil? Oh, charcoal. Okay, he just whipped one out from behind him. Nice. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh man,
Charcoal.
Charcoal. That brings back memories.
Right.
Oh, I miss charcoal.
Yeah, good old charcoal. Oh yeah, our Charmander. Oh,
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I called him charcoal. I think you guys called him Stalin, maybe.
Fumbler. I may have called him Stalin. Fumbler. Listen, let me tell you about a long tale many eons ago about another little fire type starter like you, and his name was Charcoal.
Oh wow, he's nodding off to sleep. You
guys
made
would
him
have
fall
gotten
asleep,
along
Corbin.
Actually,
super
Stalin,
well.
But thank you.
No, we're not gonna call him Stalin right now.
All right. Well, Corbin used hypnosis, and it was super effective. And
what? I didn't even get to start my story.
Cyndaquil is deep asleep.
Hello.
Its fire has gone out. So yeah, anything else we want to talk about with Cyndaquil before we move on to the Pokedex entries?
Nice long snout.
Nice long snout. Very cute. Good for sniffing.
Cute feet. Yes.
Also cute feet. Yes.
Dark blue fur on back. Yes.
Cream belly, hands, feet, side of face, underneath snout.
Yes.
And that's a Cyndaquil.
That is Cyndaquil. Where are we on the huggability rating?
Ooh, gonna give this if it's not flaring up, I'm gonna give it an easy 11.
Okay. That is from what, 3 to 14?
3 to 14. I'm gonna give it 11, and the only reason it's getting deducted any points is because I have to do all the work. I have to pick it up to hug it. And sometimes I'm lazy, but it's so cute I don't care. So let me put it at a 13. I'll take 13.
Okay.
The only reason it might not be a 14, I can't tell, is because it can't wrap its arms around me. So we'll say 13 for now.
Okay.
Well, on a scale from Magmar to Spinarak, from 3 to 14, of course. It's not quite always on fire like a Magmar is, but it is a fire type, and it's pretty unpredictable. So if you just squeeze it a little too hard and it gets mad, or you surprise it, whoop, you just got burnt. That's why I dislike fire types. So I won't give it a 3, but I'll give it a 6. It's a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Wow.
That's pretty low. I'm going to split the difference here, and I'm going to go with a 10 because
Solid. I
agree with Mr. Curtis. Like, that, the fire on the back of its back, I guess, on its back. It's just too much danger. It's too risky. I never know when it's going to go off. Now, maybe if I was hugging a Cyndaquil that I know is tired and is sleepy, then I would be fine with it because, as we'll learn, that affects their fire-making capabilities.
Or one you trust.
Yeah, or one I trust. Well, it's not like a Rapidash where its flames don't burn somebody who it trusts. It's
I meant you trust it not to ignite its flames on its back.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
See what you're saying.
You get me now.
Okay, but yes, but also it's also really, really cute. So when it doesn't have the flames out, it's it's hard not to hug it.
Right, of course.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put Fumbler back into the Pokeball, and we're gonna start reading some Pokedex entries.
Bye, Fumbler.
Bye, Fumbler.
Oh, I miss him already. Beautiful.
Okay. All right. Starting off in the Johto region, the first entry says, "It is timid and always curls itself up in a ball. If attacked, it flares up its back for protection.
I mean, this one was a little bit more friendly. He wasn't curled up at first. When we started talking to him, it kind of uncurled.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, that's definitely a bowling ball.
That's a Sandshrew.
Right.
For sure.
Right. Wait, what?
Well, Sandshrew also roll up in balls.
Right. That's similar.
And they roll really fast.
But Sandshrew didn't have any of these holes in its back that made me think it was a bowling ball like Cyndaquil did. I almost just ran over and just threw my fingers in there immediately, but it did not.
We appreciate the restraint that you showed, Corbin.
Thank you. It's hard not to sometimes.
Moving on, the next entry says, it usually stays hunched over. If it is angry or surprised, it shoots flames out of its back.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same. I get that.
Caught part of that. Hurt my hand a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yeah, so you think it was angry or surprised when you stuck
I
your
think it was
finger?
more surprise. I don't think he was I don't know. It felt like more like, I don't know, based on the way his holes tensed. It felt like he was more like, whoa, not like, get out. You know what I mean? But you understand the confusion, right? Like, it makes sense that you would want to use that as a bowling ball. And...
No, you're just wrong.
Okay,
all right. So the next entry here says, the fire that spouts from its back burns hottest when it is angry. The flaring flames intimidate foes.
Yeah, I wasn't a foe, but I was intimidated for a moment,
Definitely.
for sure.
I mean, also in pain.
Yeah, there was some pain. It's starting to wear off a little bit now, but yes, quite a bit of deal pain.
Yeah. So it looks like in these entries we have from the Johto region, they all mention that it uses the flames like as an intimidation technique, not really as a way to do damage to anything. It's more like
to defend.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't. It's kind of like Chikorita that doesn't really want to fight. It seems.
I think a lot of these, pre-evolved forms of Pokemon don't really want to do a lot of fighting. They're just out here to survive.
They're just hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, and any kind of like defense mechanism they have is just that. It's for defense and not for attacking.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see if this trend continues in the Hoenn region. The first entry says, Cyndaquil protects itself by flaring up the flames on its back. The flames are vigorous if the Pokemon is angry. However, if it is tired, the flames sputter fitfully with incomplete combustion. Which is why I said, like, if I know that the Cyndaquil is tired, then I think it's safer to hug it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if it's like energetic and ready to go, you're gonna get burned.
Right, for sure.
And once again, Mr. Kirsch, you have smacked your lips like you were about to say something.
No, I thought better of it. Please, Professor, please continue.
Good.
Okay.
I'm glad you have seen with strength within yourself.
I know, this is like a new Mr. Curtis. Normally he just said whatever popped into his brain, but now he's like, no.
Maybe Mr. Curtis, maybe you should die and come back to life more often because it's apparently made you a bit more normal.
I didn't die and come back to life. I was never dead.
In denial.
Interesting. I mean, maybe he did never die. Maybe this is the same Mr. Curtis that we knew before, Corbin.
Don't put those theories out there.
Why not?
Because I'm going to start panicking.
No, I'm the same Mr. Curtis you always know and love.
Maybe you just think you're the same Mr. Curtis. Maybe Mr. Curtis's conscious was transferred into you, but it's just a copy. It's not the original thing.
Mr. Curtis is a robot? That explains so much.
See right here under my arm, it says version 1. See?
What?
V1.
What is it?
Right there.
What is it written in? What is it? Is that crayon?
Did you just write that?
Version 1?
Yeah, no, it's under my arm here. You can't see it?
I mean,
I can. But why do you have version 1 written on your armpit in crayon?
Well, I mean, just to prove a point.
Just to prove a point, he just wrote that.
I don't know what the point is, but
and
sure.
Also, like, we don't know what version the other Mr. Curtis was. It could have been version 0 for all we know.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
that was the beta. Version beta.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
This is the
alpha. Are you confirming
version.
that you're a robot, Mr. Curtis, finally?
Yes, put a mic.
No, I'm not.
Are you here for all the listeners at home? Are you confirming that you are a robot?
Yeah, you're about to shock 3 million people listening right now.
He's malfunctioning. Quick, reboot him. Reboot him.
Am not a robot.
I don't like this.
Okay, now he's doing a fun little robot dance. I think he's messing with us.
Beep boop beep boop beep.
I don't know what to believe anymore. Everything feels like a lie.
But no. I'm 100% genuine. The one and only Mr. Curtis has been here for the last 6 iterations of the class and 100 and so episode or lessons of this current
He
class.
still has that glitch.
So
Where you can't
that's
count.
how you know it's me.
Yeah, that's you. That sounds like you. Case closed.
Okay,
Case
please
closed.
take it away,
Okay.
Professor.
All right. So let's see here. This next Pokedex entry says this is now that we're done with the Hoenn region
Yes.
for good. No, I'm kidding. We're moving on to the Sinnoh region. It says it has a timid nature. If it is startled, the flames on its back burn more vigorously.
Yeah, we know that. When it gets heated, it gets hot.
But this one, it kind of makes it sound like the flames are always going.
Right.
Right?
But that wasn't the case that what we saw today.
Yeah, and I think for most, if you look at most Cyndaquils, like, unless they're angry or startled, the flames aren't there. Right?
Right.
I don't know, Sinnoh. I don't know.
Sinnoh, sometimes you say things, and I don't know if I like them.
Yeah, I'm like, Sin, no way.
So whoa.
Wow.
I say that. Hey, Mr. Curtis, that was also pretty funny.
Thank you.
Okay, so that does it for the Sinnoh region, and guys, you'll never believe this.
Don't say it.
There's nothing from the Unova region.
Oh my god, what are you Novans doing?
They did put stuff down, but it copies the exact same thing Sinnoh said. And also, Sinnoh's Pokedex entries, they're so short. Like, you guys always have something new, but
Underachieving.
it is, like, barely anything. And Kalos copy is what we have here in the Johto region, so thank you for that, guys. And there's nothing from the Alola region, there's nothing from the Paldea region, nothing from the Galar region. However, there is something from the Hisui region.
Ooh, Hisui, what you
Which,
got?
of course, predates the Sinnoh region. It says, hails from the Johto region. So I guess the Johto region was already around when Hisui was... So I guess Johto is older than Sinnoh?
I think some would say that, maybe.
Okay, I mean,
Yes.
if...
That doesn't sound right, but okay.
But I mean, if this professor knows about the Johto
Mr.
region...
Curtis, you're not a historian.
That is true. I am Spinnerack expert and breeder. I'm not a historian.
So they say, hails from the Johto region. Though usually curled into a ball due to its timid disposition, it harbors tremendous firepower.
Ooh. I mean,
Yes.
a baby one?
A Cyndaquil, yeah.
That's what I meant. Sorry. For a second, I thought you were talking about Typhlosion. I'm like, that makes sense. But Cyndaquil? Harbors a lot of power? I don't know. I don't think it does.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it does when it's surprised or mad.
But it's
not,
so little.
like-
It's the first evolution. It doesn't have that much power.
It's packed in a lot of big, powerful fire energy packed in a little pack. That's your little Cyndaquil,
That's all on a t-shirt.
right? So lot of big fire energy, small little package.
No, even like the stammering and the stuttering and the
Yeah.
uhs and ums that you said, yeah, those would no, that's all in there too.
There's been a lot of talking going on, and there have been 0 hands raised.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Professor.
I'm sorry. I just thought this was a free for all today.
I kind of, you know what? That's on me. I need to take control back of my class.
No, Professor, you're perfect. Don't do anything different.
There's one last. I guess it's maybe I should put this in the unique Pokedex entry because this isn't really associated with a region, but I do have a Pokedex entry here from Professor Neroli, which does what kind of research?
Sleep research.
Thank you. Yes, he does sleep research and on some weird sleep islands out in a region that nobody knows the name of.
You bored, Mr. Curtis? You bored?
No, that's I was answering the professor's question.
By falling asleep.
That's right. Sleepy. Every time I hear that name, it just triggers some sleepiness in me.
Anyway, so the entry here for Cyndaquil in this sleep dex says, apparently it often sleeps curled up. Professor Neroli, still using the same old tradition of putting apparently in a scientific discovery.
Come on.
You don't know? You can't, look at it and say, yep, 9 times out of 10, it sleeps curled up.
Come on, Professor Ravioli. What are you thinking?
On very rare occasions... Wait, did you call him Professor Ravioli?
Professor Ravioli.
No, I said Neroli. That's
Ravioli.
continue,
You know
please.
what?
Yes.
Portia, play it back. What did he say?
Come on, Professor Ravioli. What are you thinking? see, we're not hearing this in real time, but I assume that, it was Neroli.
We were really putting Portia through the
ringer.
Through the ringer today.
Maybe she won't want to. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe she won't do any of these, and we'll just be reacting to something that isn't there.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be funny?
That'd be great.
All right.
Thank you. It's better every time I hear it.
Put in a laugh track here, Portia. Okay. This entry finishes off with, on very rare occasions, a sleep befuddled Cyndaquil will spout flames from its back while sleeping.
That's if it's having like a nightmare or something crazy going on in streams.
Yeah. What's a Cyndaquil nightmare?
I would say falling into
a big bucket of water.
A big bucket of water, sure, falling into a lake.
Falling into a lake.
Corbin trying to throw it like a bowling ball.
Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, Fumbler does definitely have nightmares about that now. Thank you.
Well,
hey, thanks for traumatizing my Pokemon, Corbin.
Well, it's not yours. You just loan it.
Whoa, no, it's mine. This
Fumbler
is
yours.
Fumbler is mine.
Fumbler's yours, and you just let me name it. That's very sweet of you.
Yeah, I mean, I have a different name for it. I'm gonna call it that always, but I'll let you think that its name is Fumbler.
No, it's Fumbler. It looks like a Fumbler.
Sure.
It acts like one.
Sure. It's definitely not Cindy. It is also a female Pokemon. You were calling it a male.
Oh no, it's
I just didn't want to correct you.
No, it's definitely named after our patron.
Okay, sure. Wink. All right, so let's go ahead and read some more unique Pokedex entries. The first one comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says, Cyndaquil, the Fire Mouse Pokemon. Normally mild and even-tempered, Cyndaquil will shoot a scorching flame out of its back when upset. Bless you, Mr. Curtis.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's rude.
It's not. He had to sneeze.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I guess he's allergic to Ash's Pokedex.
Yeah, I would be too.
Okay. Well, we'll see how he reacts to this next one, because it comes to us from Dawn's Pokedex.
Oh my god, the love of my life.
Cyndaquil is able to use the following moves: Flame Wheel, Swift, and Smokescreen. So we can all agree that's a pretty bad Pokedex entry, right?
And the move that Dawn uses on me is Charm. It's just something about her.
Gosh.
It's something about her, guys.
It's just, it doesn't say...
Swift?
Yeah, go on.
Swift is not like a particularly like fire type move that I,
No.
think about on a regular basis.
I guess not, no.
You know what I'm saying?
But Swift never misses. It's kind of like Dawn's Pokedex entries. They just never miss.
I would say this one, this Pokedex entry absolutely misses. But I mean, like, just because sorry.
Whoa! Take a step back, Corbin.
No.
Wow, he has a knife.
Don't you step to the professor. Take it back. I'm about to flare up like a Cyndaquil.
No, you don't flare up. You don't flare up. You don't have fire. And this is not
flare up with web.
This is not a knife, Professor. I would never do something so stupid. They call this a shank, okay? I made this that one time I was put in detention for rapping on the cafeteria tables.
You mean
a
shiv?
No weapons in class.
No, this is a shank.
A shank is, something that's like a leg of Mareep.
No, that's a leg.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a shank.
That's a shank. It's a shank. I have to agree with the professor.
Yeah,
well, this is a shank.
It's a shank steak.
This is a shank that I'm holding, and I'm going to use it to shiv you if you talk bad about Dawn again.
Okay, wow. So everybody at home is hearing this, right?
That he's gonna stab you with a piece of leg meat.
Yeah, it's not very scary.
No.
Also, what happened to the rest of the Mareep?
That's not. It's wood. Look at this. It's wood. I made a shank. It's a piece of wood. It's a big piece of wood. Look at it.
It's a big piece of wood, and now
big piece of wood.
Now he's crying. Oh.
I'm just trying to defend my lady.
Okay. Anyways, so this, I just think it's funny that it's pretty much just a list of moves that Cyndaquil can use, and it's like not even a complete list either. It's not even close. She
brought more to the table than half the trained professors did.
She brought something different to the table. Certainly,
sometimes
more?
that's what you need. That's what you need. Something different. Yes.
Sometimes, not this time though.
Right. She brings something different to all of our lives.
All right. Whenever Dawn has a Pokedex entry, Corbin gets all weird about it. All right. That does it for all the Pokedex entries on Cyndaquil, I think it's time to really see if you guys were paying attention. I have my doubts, so this should be
Oh.
interesting. I would like for you guys to pitch this Pokemon to me.
No quiz.
Please don't pitch the Pokemon at me, Corbin. I saw that you were.
I won't.
You were
You
winding
put
up.
it away. You put
now-
Fumbler away.
Before we get to the quiz, though.
Yes. I see. You know what, Mr. Curtis, you are correct. I did see a couple of handouts that you had placed on my desk.
Yes, thank you, Professor. Thank you. I needed to get those in there.
So yeah, actually, before we start testing, I do have a couple of essays on Cyndaquil that came to us from virtual students. So
Yay! Woo!
Yay!
the first one comes to us from Will. Will says, "I'm so excited for the Johto region Pokemon that I have prepared an essay on the Fire-type Pokemon starter out there, Cyndaquil, and hope that you can read it in the Cyndaquil lesson. Because I need to make up for the credit I lost for showing up to class late." Well, don't worry. We don't keep track of attendance.
I do.
Well, we don't, tardy. We do make sure everybody listens to all the lessons, so we do have track of that, but not, we don't have to do
But
it at a certain
I do
time.
track tardiness.
Oh, Mr. Curtis does.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, Mr.
You're
Curtis
good.
does.
I'm ranking all of this. Listen, this does not impact your grade, okay? Because I'm not the professor, but I've got a ranking. Okay, I know all of you and where you're all at. Okay, and when you listen and how far behind you are. Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Oh yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah, like I said last time, we knew what lesson Lillian was listening to.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you have it on that track that app, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
That was Corbin with the track that app.
Mhm.
I just knew intuitively.
Okay. Will says, so they say, because I need to make up for credit I lost for showing up to class late. I'm not as much of a suck up as Mr. Curtis, but I need to get caught up to Corbin. Also, if Mr. Curtis is revived in some way, I'm gonna get that gold star with this 3-syllable word, Spinnerack. Anyway, on to my essay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so now you really have to have a battle to fight here, Mr. Curtis. Cyndaquil is known as the Fire Mouse Pokémon, a dark blue and cream-colored fire-type bipedal Pokemon that has fire on its back. According to the Pokedex, Cyndaquil is a timid Pokemon that protects itself using the fire on its back, which it can willingly flare up. Cyndaquil is usually given to new Pokemon trainers in the Johto region by Professor Elm, but you had better leave quick or Elm will try to take it back. Trust me, I know, I went to Johto once. I mean, maybe you just stole a Cyndaquil.
Maybe you're a criminal.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Were you supposed to be a trainer in the Johto region? I don't know why I'm asking, they can't talk back, so... but anyway, while Cyndaquil is bipedal, it chooses to stay hunched over. Its fire is at its hottest when it's angry. And I looked through my Pokedex and some articles about Cyndaquil. I looked through my Pokedex and some articles about Cyndaquil, but I just could not find anything on how hot Cyndaquil's flames can get. Cyndaquil weighs approximately 17.4 pounds and stands at about 1 foot and 8 inches. And is in the field egg group. The end.
The end. End of the story.
But not the end of the Gengar mail, because they finish off by saying, "Thank you for reading my essay, and I look forward to the upcoming Johto region semester, and I'm both looking forward and terrified to talk about the Spinnerack line. Bye-bye, Professor and class."
Me too. That's going to be awful.
Best times are ahead.
Best times are ahead. Thank you, Mr.
Best times are ahead.
You really gave up at the end of that song there. I thought it was a great song.
Nope.
I
Never was.
did. I just didn't want to go off into the second verse, not in the middle of class.
Thank you for that. All right, so this next Cyndaquil essay comes to us from Malcolm. I believe this is a different Malcolm from the Malcolm that Gmail that we read last time. I think. Or maybe it could be the same Malcolm.
It is a different Malcolm.
I mean, it could be the same Malcolm from a different Gmail address. That has happened before.
It could be, or we just have a lot of Malcolms in our student base.
So they said, I might have sent you a Gmail before, but I think it hasn't reached you. And I love this class a lot, but I have made... I love this class a lot, but I have made an essay on Cyndaquil as if it's like a punishment to us or something.
Right, exactly. And it's not. It's a pleasure.
It's just a weird way that you've said that, Malcolm. It might be unorthodox, but... And then they launch into it. Cyndaquil by Malcolm. Cyndaquil is a quadrupedal mouse-adjacent Pokemon with bluish fur on top. So it is bipedal. Not quadrupedal. that's just one thing I'm noticing right off the bat here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's a bluish fur on top and a cream underbelly, nubbined feet and hands, and a long snout on its back. And long snout. On its back are 4 red circles that can erupt into flames when angered. It tends to curl up because it is timid, and if tired, it sputters with incomplete combustion. That's it.
That's it.
That's my favorite sign off so far.
That's it.
And they've also included a picture. It looks like a picture that they took. I don't think they drew this picture. They snapped this picture with a camera of a Cyndaquil.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Good photo.
Well, thank you so much, Malcolm. All right, Mr. Curtis. Gold stars?
Well, I mean, when you drop that 3-letter word, that 3-syllable word.
3-letter word. Spit.
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 But yeah, now, Professor.
Yes.
Could you do me a favor? Could you read back how he spelled that 3-syllable word before?
It is, so it is wrong. But it's close.
See,
it's close.
Yeah. See. There's listen. I'm not the best speller. Okay, my grammar ain't so good. All right.
It's definitely not.
But if there's one thing that you have to do if you're going to play to my Spinarak weakness, is spell Spinarak correctly.
At the very least, look up how Spinarak is spelled.
I could tell by the way that the professor read that word out that I knew it was spelled wrong.
Yeah,
It was spelled wrong.
There isn't a C before the K in Spinarak. Just in case anybody's
It's the only
curious.
word he cares to spell correctly.
It really is.
That's right. That's right. So I will. You know what? I will give you.
He will.
A gold star.
A Willy.
Yes, because he also did say that they were looking forward to talk about the Spinarak line. But they spelled Spinarak wrong again.
Yes, they didn't. Will did not learn how to spell Spinarak in the middle of writing this essay.
Perhaps a bronze.
Will you get a 3/4 of a gold star? I'm not going to demote you to a silver, but I can't justify giving you a full gold star if you're not going to spell the.
Hey, that's still pretty good.
Spell it wrong. So you get 3/4. But you know what? You're on your way to that 1 whole gold star to get a star sticker, or 5 gold stars to get a lollipop. So hang in there.
Or 2,365,000 to get a Spinarak egg.
A reject Spinarak egg. There you go.
Woohoo! Nobody wants that.
I don't. What about Malcolm? What does Malcolm get?
Malcolm did not talk about Spinarak or the inherent weakness of fire types being just a crappy type compared
They're
to bug
great.
types.
No, bug types will cower in fear of a fire.
Or anything along those lines. So
they also keep them warm when they're cold.
Malcolm gets a silver star because they did send a good picture of Cyndaquil in, so I got to give them credit for that. But no reference to the inherent superiority of bug type. So
because they're not superior, they're gross.
I mean they are, but okay.
They are gross.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for sending in your essays. You, of course, both get extra credit. I'm not stingy with that. But yes, so I think we should move on to the testing portion, which is, as I stated previously,
a poem.
Quiz time. Gonna get mine.
No, because I am in the market for a Cyndaquil, and I would like for you guys to pitch one to me. Get me to buy your Cyndaquil. I'm going to read the rubric real quick, and then you guys can get started.
But Professor, I thought you already had a Cyndaquil.
I'm for the purposes of this exercise that we're doing. See, the thing is, you also don't have a Cyndaquil to sell. You see how we're doing like this kind of imagination thing right now?
Oh, Mr. Curtis, I think it's role play again. It's role play again.
Yeah, it's role play.
Okay,
please.
all right.
Yes, and Mr. Curtis.
I put on my Mr. Mime hat. Corbin.
What?
My son.
What? What are you trying
Don't talk to your mother that way.
Yes, and Corbin.
Don't talk to your mother that way.
My mother's. What are you talking about? My mother's not in here.
You can just take those big clown feet of yours and walk yourself outside.
I don't have clown feet, Mr. Curtis. I do not have them.
Outside.
No.
You're in timeout now.
No. I don't like this. What is happening, Professor?
All right. So that was okay. I have some notes.
And scene.
I have some notes. Mr. Mime only says Mr. Mime, Curtis. So that was a big flaw right out the gate.
That was see, I'm writing these notes down now, Professor. Thank you.
I am so confused. What is happening? Why are you pretending to be my mother?
He's being your dad.
I'm your dad.
That's why he put a Mr. Mime
I don't.
mask on.
Mr. Mime
Papa-
is not
Papa
my
Mime.
dad.
You gotta keep up, Corbin. You gotta keep up if you have any hopes of getting full marks on this lesson.
Mr. Mime is not my dad.
You're right. I'm your dad
What?
for
No.
the time being. I'm your legal guardian.
Oh, legal guardian is different than being my dad.
Professor, can you be my dad?
No, you're an adult, Mr. Curtis. You don't need a dad. Remember, kids, when you grow up and become an adult, you don't need parents anymore.
Yeah, be sure to tell them that. I'm sure they'll love that. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Yikes. All right. So the rubric for Pitch a Pokemon is 1. You must include information that we learned in class. 2. You must demonstrate an understanding of the Pokemon's unique attributes and abilities. 3. Selling points must be unique to the Pokemon we discussed in this lesson, and as a sub point onto that point, these selling points must be for the Pokemon itself and not a product it produces or provides. Please don't sell me Cyndaquil smoke. I don't want it. And 4, the student who provides the most compelling selling points will get a bonus point. So, go ahead, take your time with that in mind, and pitch me this Cyndaquil.
Professor, I'm done.
Professor, I am
My
also
hands-
finished
Wow,
as
My
well.
hands up.
You guys both finished at the exact same time. That was amazing. All right.
That's
well,
what we
I
do
think-
here.
I think Mr. Curtis finished first, so in that
Mm-hmm.
case,
Oh, man.
I'm gonna let Corbin do his pitch first. I think that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
All
sense.
right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Fair and
cool. Here we go,
equitable,
guys.
Fair. Yeah, give it the F&E. Please, Portia, pause for the
Oh,
music.
sorry. Pause,
Everybody
Tiffany.
pause.
Portia, go ahead. Go ahead.
F&E.
Hit us with it.
Now, do it right, and put it in right now.
She already did it. She already did
Oh,
it.
Sorry. Okay.
All right.
God.
I didn't hear it. I don't know how
Late
you
to the party,
guys heard it,
Professor. We didn't hear it. It's in post-production. We don't hear it. Guys, we don't hear the music live.
which is so sad.
She edits it in. I know. But we know how good it sounds. All right, here we go. I have 2 main uses for a Cyndaquil.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, the first one, not as exciting. Second one, a little bit more exciting, but I got 2 uses for it. So the first one I want to mention is that it's a fire starter. I know you're like, okay, yeah, it's a fire Pokemon, but the thing that's cool
And a
about
starter
this
Pokemon.
is it's exactly. That's
Wow.
very good.
It's
But
not
the
like
thing
there's
is-
like 6 or 7 of those or anything.
There's way more than that, buddy. Anyways, so it curls up really nicely
It's not like
inside of
there's
wooden
6
fireplaces.
Wait,
What?
it's not like there's 6 or 7 of those.
Yeah, we can't ignore that. Mr. Curtis, there's more than 6 to 7 starter Pokemon at this point.
A 7 isn't even a multiple of 3. There's always 3.
Come on, Mr. Curtis.
No, I did a fire starter.
Specifically fire starters.
Oh, just specific.
There's also
Okay.
more than 6 of fire starters, Mr. Curtis.
Well, I know. There should be 9, right?
Very good. Can I get back to pitching my Pokemon to the professor?
I'm
You so
sorry.
rudely interrupted.
Okay, it's a fire
Thank you so
starter. It
much.
starts fires.
All right, it's a fire starter. It starts fires because it curls up very, very nicely in between the wood, especially if you do like a little log cabin style fire. You can nestle in. Cyndaquils are very small. It can nestle right in the middle of that pile of wood, and then it can just start a little bit of fire, and it just keeps there, and it keeps it warm for as long as you want. It can just keep going over and over. Now, the second one, hear me out. Cyndaquil can be used for a real cool, state-of-the-art, low-technology alarm system. Now, hear me out. So you have a rope that is attached to a bell. Okay? Now, this rope is going to sit right in front of the Cyndaquil as the Cyndaquil goes night-night time. So here's what's going to happen. If a door or a window breaks open, somebody enters the house, what's going to happen? That rope that's attached to the bell sitting right above the Cyndaquil is going to be disintegrated by the flame. If Cyndaquil gets started, its flame burns, so it's going to burn the rope, which causes the rope to be split, which is the device that's holding the bell up, and then it's going to ring the bell. That's basically how it's gonna work.
A real rube, if you
a real rube. Yes, yes,
a
exactly.
Rube Goldberg
Mr.
machine.
Curtis. Yes. So if the Cyndaquil is startled, it burns a rope, which clings a little bell, and then it's the quickest way to alert people inside the vicinity there is somebody entering the home. It's quicker than the Cyndaquil just running down to the master bedroom being like, hey, there's people, hello. It's quicker than that.
Okay.
It's an immediate reaction. And it will scare your intruders and send them running.
Well, I mean, it's not going to scare them, I guess.
It will scare them.
It might, because I mean that is the purpose of Cyndaquil's flames is intimidation. So maybe it might scare them.
And loud bells. Those are scary.
Okay, I guess. I mean, is it a really loud bell, like a
Oh yeah,
like a church bell?
It's a really loud clang. Let me tell you what.
Okay, so that was pretty good. That was pretty good, Corbin. I'm gonna give you full marks on including information that we learned in class. And I'm going to give you full marks on the selling points, too. Now, I am going to take a few points away for the understanding of a Pokemon's unique attributes and abilities, because you did accurately describe what would happen if one startled. However, for the fire starter, you kind of made it sound like it could continuously go forever, but something that we know...
It could keep exuding fire whenever you want it to.
Well, but the thing is, if a Cyndaquil is tired, it won't be able to.
All you need to do is start the fire. It's a fire starter. All you gotta do is start the fire, and it keeps under there. It keeps warm. Everybody wins. It's in a peaceful little home surrounded by fire.
You definitely made it sound like he was going to be doing fire forever. Mr. Curtis, can you confirm?
I didn't say the entire time. I did not say.
I'm
the
pretty
entire
sure you
time.
said it was going to chill out in the fireplace in the logs and be.
I said fire starter. I didn't say it was going to be going the whole time.
I'm giving
I
you
don't know.
3 out of 4.
I don't think that's fair, but I will accept.
Do you at least think it's equitable?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I don't think it's equitable.
What about a
either.
3.5?
I'll take a 3.9.
3.9? Okay, how about a 2.5?
That's less. I'm getting
There
less.
you go.
I'm getting.
I was going to say you're stronger than that, Professor.
I'm getting less now.
All right, you know what? You're right, Corbin. How about we compromise with 3?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, great. All right, Mr. Curtis, it is your turn. Let's hear what you have to say.
Well,
Please, and if you could do it without taking a long drink from some kind of liquid before you do it.
Yes, I do need to clear my throat.
Oh, no, I am done. I can't deal with this anymore. Okay, there it is.
You can't.
Okay,
Corbin
very
is
good.
resigning from this class.
I am resigning as
Alrighty.
former class president.
Okay, well, hello. Today, I'm here to introduce the next generation in security.
You're joking.
Let me introduce the Cyndaquil. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Applause around. Thank you.
What?
Did you say the Cyndaquil?
A Cyndaquil. That's right. Yes, it's a pun.
No, we get it.
It's not really a pun.
Cyndaquil.
No, it's dumb. We get it. What's up?
Okay. All right. Anyway, there are many cases where you want to deter an intruder, but limit the amount of collateral damage around. So, Cyndaquils come in small, unobscuring packages, meaning they can sit safely off to the side, curled up in a ball in a corner or hidden, and don't have to constantly have fire out, unlike a lot of fire types. Once the wrong person invades their space, they're startled or mad because their space is intruded upon, boom,
Hit them with it.
their flames come out to deter invaders. But then, of course, as Cyndaquils use their flames for protection, you run little risk of collateral damage in the area, used more directed just towards that individual. And then additionally, or finally, the sudden flare of fire.
That's the word.
Can
I don't think you ever fully said it.
the sudden flare of
There
fire
you go.
There you go.
can draw the attention of other beefier guard Pokemon to come to the rescue, which means this limits the cost of maintaining a large staff of powerful Pokemon. And instead, you can have a collection of kind of watchdog Cyndaquils that set off the larger alarm to alert the 1 or 2 beefy Pokemon that actually do a lot of the heavy muscle lifting. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. So now,
Sign up in the lobby.
So we do clearly have a situation here where this is very similar to Corbin's.
It sounds like somebody cheated, perhaps.
Well, I can't fault him for that. I was watching you guys the whole time. I know he kept his eyes. Well, and also he's sitting in front of you, so
Yeah. So yeah,
It would've been-
dude, who's looking over whose shoulder?
Yeah, Corbin.
I would never look over your disgusting shoulder. You're also much taller than me.
Okay.
So let's see here. So I'm gonna give you a 4 for the first category. You definitely included information that we learned in class. I am gonna give you a 4 for the understanding the information that you talked about, because you're right, it doesn't always have to have its fire out, which is very good, and it's small and it curls up in a ball and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a 4. I'm gonna give you 4 all around.
Oh
Curtis.
man,
No,
pandering.
Hey, can we get an F and E?
No,
Thank you
no,
very
That
much.
I don't-
was second F and E.
No.
Second F and E
Portia,
right here, please.
Portia,
F and E, thank
Portia,
you.
Let's see
if
what
you-
Portia says.
Portia, if you cherish me as a friend, you will not do it. It's not fair and equitable unless I get a 4.
And she just played it. That was hilarious. Hey,
Oh,
Portia.
that was it.
Incredible comedic timing. If I do say
How
so
do
myself.
you know she played it?
Well, if I say it like that, she has to play it.
Portia, you're once again that fair and equitable soundtrack that you came up with is beautiful.
Incredible.
I love it. Thank you.
Incredible. Do you have a band, Portia? Are you thinking about starting a band?
Can we be in your band?
Can I be in your band? I'll be the Pokemon biologist in your band. Okay, all right. Well, we can't. We're asking her and expecting her to answer, but she can't.
Yeah, guys, she can't answer.
Because she won't hear this until later on. All right. So now I'm left with the very difficult decision of figuring out who had most compelling selling points here.
Me.
So it's so hard when you guys basically come up with the same thing.
Yep.
See, because Corbin included the additional thing of it being a fire starter,
Right.
But Mr.
But
Curtis's security.
There's a lot of fire types that could be fire starters. I mean,
That
come
is
on now.
true. That is very true. Corbin.
But it curls. It curls up really, really small. That's one of the things about it.
So yeah, you included those two things, and Mr. Curtis's, I feel like, security detail was a little bit more fleshed out and a little bit better than just burning a string and ringing a bell.
Man, I thought mine made great sense.
How about this? You guys each get 1 bonus point
I'll take it.
Thank you.
instead of the usual +4, which really screws up the grade. I don't know why I decided to do it like that.
I'll take it. Thank you.
All right, but hey, excellent job to the both of you today. I'm very, very proud of you guys for the first pitch of Pokemon of the new semester. You guys did very, very well. But that is gonna do it for today's lesson on Cyndaquil. On Turtwig.
Thank you.
Does anybody know who we'll be learning about next week? Weirdly enough, it's the evolved form of Cyndaquil, not Turtwig.
So it's not Blaziken.
No, it's not Blaziken.
Okay.
It is a fire
Is
type.
it Decidueye?
Nope.
Is it Magmortar?
No, we're getting further away from it here.
It's Slugma, right? That's the one.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We are learning about Quilava.
Oh,
This is the evolved form.
Quillavela, some call it. Yes.
Vela, yeah, however you want to say it.
Quillavela,
You know,
yeah,
it's really
yeah.
interpretive how you say Pokemon names. It's really up
Sure,
to you.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, but so until next time. If you have any questions for me, the professor, I mean, take your pick of methods on contacting me. It seems like Discord is the quickest way, but you need to subscribe to our Patreon to do that. You can also do our Gengar mail, which is wwopokemon@gmail.com. We have a Twitter. We have an Instagram.
We have an Instagram and we have a TikTok. All those links,
That's right.
all of them, in the description on our link tree.
In the description, on the link tree.
In the link tree. Go to the link tree.
Also, if you really like these lessons, feel free to give us a rating on Spotify or Flapple Podcasts. That is the best way for us to find new virtual students. Well, the second best way. The best way is for you to tell all your friends.
Yes.
If your friends like Pokemon, let them know, and we can get everybody learning about Pokemon biology. And that is a world that I want to be a part of.
Yes, me too. And the ratings do help.
Here.
Yes, the ratings have helped immensely. Thank you.
Absolutely, yes.
Appreciate you.
Yes. Also, just I have to say it. We are so close to getting our $200 a month goal on Patreon.
Oh my goodness.
And playing doing a Nuzlocke of a Pokemon game that we haven't decided yet.
Yeah, we haven't decided yet which Pokemon game.
I don't know what a Nuzlocke is, but all my students keep talking about it, and they're very excited for it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So I would love to do that. But that's enough talking. Until next time, class is dismissed.